Zambia Blog Talk Radio.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? At Global Nurse Pathways, we're here to make your dream of working in the US healthcare system a reality. From expert NCLEX exam preparations to personalized consulting and relocation support, led by the incredible Dr. Alice Nalondo, who holds a Doctor of Nursing Practice and is certified as a family nurse practitioner and a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Our team delivers top-notch training to help you answer the NCLEX exam. Once you pass your NCLEX exam, we will connect you with the US-based recruiting agencies, setting you on the path to an amazing career in healthcare. Ready to get started? We're just a call or a message away. Call or WhatsApp us now at +1 346 328 1110 for the US or +260 961 875 081 for Zambia, or email info@embehavioral.com. Let's make your dreams come true together. Global Nurse Pathways, transforming careers, changing lives.
Zambia, are you ready to kickstart your Saturdays with insightful conversations, unmissable guests, and all the trending topics you need to know? Then you have to tune into the ZBTR TV show. It's an electrifying show every single Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. From current affairs to lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between, we're your go-to source for vibrant discussions that matter to you. Mark your calendars. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. CST. Join the ZBTR TVS show live stream and be part of something amazing. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Most of our viewers are not subscribed, and we really want you to be part of our growing community. Also, give us a follow on our social media platforms to stay updated throughout the week.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching us from. My name is Matilda Mwamba. I am the host today on Zambia Blog Talk Radio. I am so glad that you are able to join us today. So today I am so excited to have my friend, she's my best friend. She's been my friend since kindergarten. So since nursery school. And some of you already know and can guess the name. Those who don't know her, let me bring her onto the screen and introduce you to my friend Sipho Mwamba. Sipho, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Matilda.
I'm so glad you finally joined us. I've been wanting you to come on Zambia Blog Talk Radio before we even started streaming. Finally, I got you to come out here.
Yes, finally. Thank you for having me.
So, guys, today our conversation is very casual, but we also have very important topics. So we titled this show Couch Conversations with Sipho. And the reason we wanted to be relaxed, but also address things that are important. So we'll be looking at raising children, how we were raised in Zambia and how raising children here in America, the difference, the similarities, and so on. We'll also touch a little bit on our relationship as Africans with African Americans, and a little bit on women's health and retirement. So stay tuned. Now, the thing is, this is relaxed. So conversations will just go seamless. Seamless. Sometimes we'll insert our language. I hope you can all understand, but that's why your son. So, Sipho, let's start with your book. Do you guys know that Sipho has written a book? It is called This Is My Book. Sipho, Nico, first of all, welcome and tell us a little bit more about your book.
Oh, thank you again, Matilda. I wrote the book because I was teaching my kids at the time that were learning sight words. But the older one, who's a grade ahead, was like kindergarten. The other one was in pre-K.
Mm-hmm.
The girl, she got it. But my son, he's kind of like, he needs to know why he's learning anything. You have to explain to him why.
Don't we all?
So I had to connect my sight words and make it into a sentence, but simple enough for a 3-4-year-old, to understand. These are the everyday words that we use, but this time we're just making it formal for us to, present to the teacher and get a kudos, a star.
Well, okay. All right. And
so that's how I started. Originally, I was going to, because then I thought about my own childhood. How did I learn? Then I remembered the, Mlenga Jelita book. It was so simple yet effective. So I wanted to order one, but then I was like, they won't relate to that.
Right.
Jelita, who's Mlenga, another lesson of trying to to explain Mlenga and Jelita.
Right.
Okay, let's make it a little bit more universal. So that's how I wrote the book. It's very, very simple. So if you do get an opportunity to get it, you will see that on one page, it's the picture. This is a car, Chapwa. This is a car. This is
so Tamuli, Jelita, and Mlenga, they didn't make it?
Jelita and Mlenga didn't make it.
Those are classics.
Those are classics, but I had to, go back to my own childhood around that time. What made me learn, easily? And so when I, went back, got Jelita and Mlenga, that's where I got the idea from, because those were very simple, but very effective. So that's what I did. And that really helped with all the sight words that were required for his age at the time. And it really helped him. It was like a light bulb for him. Like, oh, okay, now I know why we keep reciting these words. We're just not, because to him it sounded like we're just reciting the alphabet over and over. This is that. So he gets bored easily. So
that shows how smart he is. And actually, I've noticed that kids who get bored in school, the teacher is teaching and the child has just checked out. Majority of those kids are much smarter than their classmates. But the thing is, there's too many children in the classroom, and the teacher can
easily
overlook that.
Yes. So it requires actually the whole parent-teacher thing, and parents, just advocate for the kids to say, hey, Mwana Wandi, this is who he is, and this is how he learns. So like when at one point the teachers were like, oh, he's being disruptive. I was like, no, he's a jokester. He has a very strange sense of humor. So every time I got to meet the teachers, Nangwa Papen, I had to let them know that he has a very great sense of humor. So allow him that part, but at the same time, bring him back. That way, tamule kwa tama problems at it. He's disrupting the class. No, he's not well, if you allow him, he is a disruptor, but just bring it back. Just tell him, let's come back comedy hour is over.
If you're feeling it's good that teachers these days are listening to parents. I believe here in the US, when your kids are like that, they quickly put them on medication or give them an illness that they don't even have, but it's just that they need to be on a level where, or maybe in a smaller classroom one-on-one, so that the student can benefit more. But if all the other kids are on a lower level, the kid is bored and they check out, or they just need to understand why. So where can we find the book?
It's on Amazon.
Okay, so all you just have to search is
This Is My Book. And to make it even less tedious for yourself, you put in my name, Sipho Mwamba, and then it will bring up This Is My Book, Sipho Mwamba.
Okay, and that is on Amazon. Is it an ebook or a physical copy?
There's an ebook and there's a physical copy. If you have what's the book thing?
Audio, ebooks.
If you have online, but put
Audible.
Kindle, if you have
Kindle. If you're feeling it. And these are the things we talk about on women's health. Well, sometimes we fog out, just space out and forget, like, what was I talking about? This is a big thing. So guys, as you can see, it says, This Is My Book. That's the name of the book. This Is My Book by Sipho Mwamba. It's on Amazon. Let's support our own, those who were able to read other books other than Muleta and Jelita. I think there was Jack and Jill, or Peter and Jane, something like that. That now we have a Zambian author who's written a book for children in kindergarten. So Sipho has 3 kids, and one of them is she's no longer a teenager. Now that your kids are going into that teenage age group, are you thinking about writing another book?
Not currently, and if I do, I thought of something else, because I'm always coming up with ideas.
Lembeni.
It will be something not really with the kids. It will be
okay.
I'm into the yard now, back to my original, when I was a kid, I always wanted to be an interior designer. So maybe in those lines.
Lembeni, we need, don't feel shy. These are important things. Sometimes we have a passion, we have a desire, and we just talk ourselves out of it. So go for it.
Definitely.
And, make yourself happy.
Don't encourage me. I'll have books for everything.
So, and speaking of growing up, there are certain things that we would remember, and there are people our age and older who are in the diasporas, even those at home. We have a nostalgia of saying, when we were kids, this is how we grew up. When we were kids, this is what we did. Now, when we look at the kids these days, we will say, kids these days are not, they don't do this. They're not respectful. They don't clean the house. Let's talk about that. And I have met Sipho's kids. You would think these kids grew up in that old Zambia that we remember, that not military, but very Zambian culture. But then I've also met Zambian children who have grown up here, and they're nowhere close. And sometimes people say, Nikunoko America, or in the UK here where they've grown up, kids are just different. Let's talk about that. How did you manage to do that?
Well, I think I channeled my mother, my grandmother, and my 2 aunts, my mom's younger sisters. And I have a slew of other mothers, but these 4 were the closest to me. So I got from each one Efevade and Sambirisha. And for me, it's about when we come into the house, it's our house. We're no longer, it's not about we are not in America. We're in our house. And what are the rules in our house? This is what we do, you know? So, and I've just stuck to that. One thing, the challenge about sticking to a rule is that I read somewhere that when you put your child into timeout, you're also putting yourself into timeout. That is so true.
Okay.
So, and I think that's where a lot of parents tend to find it hard, because they find that when you have to, you know, teach your children certain things, especially our culture, there's that pushback, because they'll keep saying, oh, but how come my friends, they don't do this, they don't do that? You just say, well, that's their home, this is our home, you know, and kids will eventually get it, that you mean business. As long as you stick to your words, you're not flip-flopping. That's how I have managed. Twice I'm know this is what we do, you know. We where I feel I slacked off was teaching them Ichibemba, because when they were little, we were doing very well before they started to go to daycare. But once they went to daycare, it was hard, because by the time today, mapanga 6 koroko, by the time we're coming back, it's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening.
7 p.m.
So in Shitanaipwa. So there were times where I was like, okay, I'll teach them. But I found myself having to teach Bemba instead of, because I'm just asking, Leta Kap. Huh? What is Leta? What did you say?
But first, about that time out. You mentioned time out. We didn't grow up with time out.
No, we did not. That was just an example. So,
but do you do the time out? Have you explained? Most of us non-Americans, or those who did not grow up here, have never seen timeouts to be effective, or they'll just say timeout and the kids just, there's no lesson.
No, yeah. I don't do timeout. So let's say whatever that you have messed up, I'll give an example. You've spilled, juice. Instead of timeout for that juice, and then I clean up, no, I'm not going to do that. You are going to clean up the juice. I remember my daughter, because she's very artistic, she's the only one who did that. She decided, which is the middle one, she decided to draw on the wall. The older one just knew from the beginning that, yeah, no, this woman, no, did she try? She may have tried too, a little bit, and I made her clean it up. But the younger one, had a whole nice mural. Yeah, we went and got Mr. Clean, and I sat down while I'm watching TV, and, she cleaned it up. I said, she cleaned it up as best as she could at about 4 years old. And then after that, but yeah, at least I made her go back twice. Then the third time I took over. I was like, yeah, that's the timeout for me. But you see, that's taking away from whatever it is that I was doing to sit and supervise. And that's where a lot of the time we as parents will fall off, because it's like, somebody shokes I have to literally take a plate, a spoon. This is how we clean the spoon. This is one at a time. So
we were just thrown in it.
But when you think of it, no, we were not. Who would help us now? For the most part, so we had.
You were lucky. My family just threw you out there. Sink or swim, it's up to you. And the instruction is go do the dishes and don't break them.
Don't break them.
If you break them, I'll break your head, And so now, and then if you mess it up, it's followed by a reprimand. Who told you this is how you do it? As old as you are, you should have known how to do this by now.
No, I had some family members who were like that, but for the most part, my mom was very, very patient. I remember, I remember she started to teach me how to cook because everybody was saying, so as a mother, and now as a mother, I understand that. You're like, nobody puts baby in the corner. She was like, not my child. Next time, and
true.
without saying it, she just said, so we started off and then she showed me how to na saladi, twareka onion ya pyako na tomato mixing, then wabika msaru, wabika na salt, just the right amount. Wadi abachoken omba twala ipike. And that's how I learned. And then from there, everybody
would now say,
oh yes, from there, Sipho can cook. I already changed it up, and you could see that pride, which said, I knew it.
I'm laughing inside as you are speaking. Those who know me, those whose children have spent some time with me, even if it's for a few hours, a day, weekend, and so on, just know that by the time your kids are coming back, they would understand some type of Bemba something. They would have been cutting onions. They will clean. They will do something. Everybody knows that, I remember a friend brought her 11, 12-year-old daughter, and she's from Zimbabwe. And she said, oh, she doesn't know. I said, no, she will know. Let's go. We'll cook. She'll help me cut the onions. I showed her how to do it. We cooked some things. Her mother was so surprised. Like, I didn't know she could do that. We just don't give our children a chance. A chance to do that. We continue seeing them as babies.
Oh, that part.
Yeah.
When you asked me the other day, when you're asking how old they are, I'm like, huh? No, they're still like,
they're 3, still babies.
4. Yes, and 10. No.
And number now, Bakula, they're teenagers, huh?
Almost, yes. We'll have a teenager next year.
Okay. So now we America for some years, a few decades, and as we are talking about our children here, there's that thing of don't forget respect your elders or do this in the African way. But then we find our fellow, I would say they are our brothers and sisters. We were separated from them hundreds and hundreds of years ago by African American. And sometimes there's a way that most, and I won't say all Africans, but some Africans will look at them and say, we we're different, So how has that transition been for you when you came to America and just integrating with both the Black and the white Americans? And how is it also for your children with their relationships?
With the African American community, I think I have integrated really well with them. And what helped me was, I remember when I first came, and we always have this thing of constantly complaining about, ababantu bakuno, they're lazy. Then I was talking to one of my relatives, and he says, Sipho, konsyo komkaya, nangukuno ngabaisa ama foreigners ngabaisa. Besa mkutwe bati tuli bapu nangani. So what he said was, anywhere you go, a person, an immigrant, will call the owners of the land that they're lazy. Why is that? The reason being is that for the most part, when we travel, where we're coming from, we have certain things that we're lacking that we find in the land where we moved to. And that's the reason we moved there. So we have an advantage right there of the knowledge of to see that this is a privileged opportunity, and the owners who are there, regardless. And for many Zambians, I remember when I was a kid, we had the Senegalese who were mining. They were mining my minerals, and the Senegalese used to say the same thing. These things are in your country, and you have not done anything with them. They became very successful in what they were doing, to a point now where we felt bad, and we wanted, we asked our president to ask them to leave, and that's what happened. So vice versa, now we're here, and I am here in the United States, and I'm seeing the same thing of, they're lazy and all that. No, they're not. They're at home. They're just certain luxuries you have when you're at home. The luxury of not seeing what you have.
It's so true. It's so true.
So I think that's where we always see it from that perspective, is that, they're lazy. They're not lazy, or they have no culture, in terms of, if we want to talk about the African Americans. Well, guess what? That's their culture. What they have is their culture.
What they have, their culture, yeah.
Their culture, because they were uprooted from their culture, and then they came here and they had to intermingle. And then at the same time, you're being forced to learn another culture that is not yours. So what they have done is that they have mixed in the different ethnic groups of Africa, as well as the European one, and made it their own.
Their own.
Yes.
Right.
And that's their culture. And we have to remember they have been here 400 years. We might have the same color, but in terms of culture, we're not really the same. No, we have to allow them to be that way. And who made us, like the kids, like
the boss,
died and made you boss? Who made us the boss of culture?
Who died and made you king? Who died and made you boss? There's something that you had told me early on, back 20 plus whatever years when we first came here. And I'm so grateful that you told me this. So per usual, you come here, we come here, here as in the US, and we have this perspective, something that we used to see per TV, in America, it's like this. Depending on what influenced you. If it's the Cosby shows, if it's the hood movies, if it's the white picket fences, if it's TBN, because just right before I came to America, I was watching a lot of TBN, Christian Broadcasting, Trinity Broadcasting Channel. And I thought people go to church every day. Day in, day out. The whole America. But I didn't expect to see the reality of how people live. And the thing that was, what can I say? I didn't expect was, I didn't understand at that time that the African Americans were oppressed, even in their education system. They were not getting the same level of education as their counterparts. And depending on where they were, some, it was even worse. So when they say something like, where you from? And you say Zambia, like, where's that? Is that in the Caribbean? We'd get offended. We'd get upset with them. And over and over. And then we started looking down on them. And the other thing was, if you ask somebody, like an African American, do you like this? They say no. Or they say, that doesn't look good on you. But our white friend will say, that's so cute. And they smile, their teeth are out, and we're happy. And I don't know what the conversation we were having between you and me, but you said, no, African Americans are very honest. They don't mince words. If they like something, they let you know. If they're going to be your friend, they will be your friend. If they're not going to be your friend, they tell you that when I tapali anything in common apa, let's just part ways. Whether it's on the workplace, it's at school, and so on. And at first, I'm like, maybe we're not talking to the same people. But then on the workplace, that was when I started to see it. You have this, our non-Black friends they were not our friends, they were our co-workers. they would come out and look like everything is okay. You can come to them at any time, tell them anything you want. I'm your friend. And the other one will say, don't trust them. Don't do it. I wouldn't do it if I were you. Or do it this way. Write it down. And we're like, sure,
yeah.
Then we realize that, they'll
go right behind your back and say, she doesn't know what she's doing. She keeps asking me questions.
So, I would like for us to go on and on, but I think it's a good time for us to just take a little bit of a break. Then I will take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back. We'll pick up our conversation from where we left off.
Welcome to VibeForge AI Studios, where creativity meets innovation for artists, businesses, and ministries everywhere. We craft high-quality media fused with AI magic. Fast, affordable, and professional. From ad campaigns to event promos and music videos, our AI tools bring your vision to life. Whether you're an artist, entrepreneur, content creator, or ministry, VibeForge is built for you. Our work is driven by faith, innovation, excellence, and integrity, always.
See our portfolio on YouTube at The Christian Blogger and imagine what we can create for you. Let's build something extraordinary together today. Call, WhatsApp, email, or visit our website.
All right. Thank you so much for staying tuned in and listening. This is Matilda Mwamba Lucas. I'm your co-host here in Kansas City, and with me is Sipho Mwamba. And before we pick up on the conversation, there are just a few announcements I want to make that are happening here in our community, just to let our Zambians in the diaspora know, even the Zambians at home, to know that this is what's going on. First of this week, there's a road show going on, the Zambia Road Show. If we have the flyer, let me see if we're able to pull it up. You can go to this website, Zambia Road Show. And there are 3 of them going on. We have one in California that is actually started this week from the 5th to the 10th. So please take some time, those in the California area or those who can travel to California, please attend. This is very important. It's $100 for entry. I don't think it's too late. Today is the 6th, so this is the second day. And then we also have the one in Atlanta, the Atlanta one, Houston, I'm sorry, Houston. Houston will started on the 4th. So please, if you're in that Texas area, Houston, Dallas, if you're able to travel, please do so. This is very important for you to attend. There are a lot of innovation conversations that are happening. We want to get in touch with the diaspora. And they will close the road show with the one in Atlanta. And that will be the September 11th through the 14th. Do we have that flyer? Okay, maybe not. So for more information, please go to the website that you see on the screen. Let's not say at Itapadi, if you're Chitaba diaspora, we have an opportunity to meet with a delegation that has come in from Zambia and also with the embassy. And in addition, I will talk about it now, but more at the end of it. Don't forget to buy your tickets for the Oza Zambia Independence Celebration. All roads are heading to Atlanta. We had said the tickets will go up after September 1st, but there's some people who say, please, I get paid this weekend, so The 7th, tomorrow is the last day. Buy your tickets now for 140. All right, so Sipho, let's go back to where we picked up. And if there are any comments, let me know. Type them in the comment section, both on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll read out your comments. We have good morning from Vachea, Clotilda, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello, Siddiq, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Yes, guys, if you have any questions concerning the event, please contact Siddiq. Brenda, good morning. Thank you again for joining. Brenda has also a daughter growing up here in Zambia, very, very Zambian and also American child. You guys need to link up. Good morning, Zambians abroad. Good morning, Zambians in America. Thank you so much. So as we were saying with the African Americans, the reason I'm bringing this up also, in social media lately, those who walk the social media streets, not just Facebook, but also on TikTok, you will notice that twalipunkana na African American. And it started off minor, but it has become a heated topic where sides, people are taking strong sides, and I'll have you speak on that. I think an African American person did not like an African food that they ate, and they felt like this food, it was a West African dish. It's hyped too much. I don't even know what the big deal is. And so the Africans felt very strong about it in a negative way, and they attacked. And they said a lot of things, not just about food, but saying, as you had mentioned, they're lazy. They keep talking about slavery. They're not going anywhere, constantly in welfare. They don't advance, and so on. And so the Blacks were like, oh, okay. Actually, so they decided to boycott African businesses, hair braiders, our shops, our foods, our restaurants, whatever. And then they put the challenge. Okay, Mweba Africa, if you feel you're so good, what are you doing here? Go back where you've come from. And then they also said, what original thing have you done as Africans? Because we may have substandard education, we may have this working against us, but everything, even our hair, our dressing, our music, the language, African Americans have influenced pretty much the world. The world is copying what these people were what was looked down on. Landeni pova Sipho, my Dr. Sipho. African American studies.
From children's studies.
No man a doctor in African American studies. Landeni pova.
That's such a very sensitive topic, and I think we need to have a conversation. I think the conversation that has been going on for the longest, especially here in the United States, has been between Black and white, regardless of what Black way you come from, and the white American. But I think that the conversation we need to have, we were even saying this with my African American coworker, who I walked in and she was just happy that, hey, my African sister, yes. And, power to the people, kind of, I had to be like, But it's a conversation we need to have because, okay, first and foremost, like, the African American who made that comment in terms of that TikTok example you gave, it was offensive, to start off that way, to say, it's nasty and all that. To me, the way I look at it, it's your lack of
exposure.
Yes. And every person has their right to, to say what they like and what they don't like. We all have certain foods that we love, and there's certain foods that we don't like. Even those of our own, we're like, and
oh gosh, the cold one, the dark green one.
Yes. But am I going to go all out? No, to finish? No, I am not. And that's probably where the African will come and say, you are not cultured. You see? Because a person who, and it's probably, maybe the word culture is the wrong word. You're not informed is the correct word. Because yes.
You're not informed.
We're not informed because we know that there are certain things that, yes, I'm not going to like, but am I just going to go and insult people? No, I will not. It would be like, oh, this is really, I'm glad this is your, or you just don't even make a comment, just be like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And you keep it moving. That's it. In this case, maybe this person just wanted some, TikTok views. Yes, that's probably what it is. I don't know, but it reopened a wound that has always been there. It got bandaged, during the politics, and we all got together, kumbaya, yay, us against them. But
within.
Yes, but within, we really need to have a conversation, and it comes from understanding one another. And it's just like your relationship and my relationship. I always look at it and be like, how are we still the friends that we are? It's not like tatu kumiana, we don't irritate each other. We do. There's certain things that I will say or you will say, exactly. But we go back to our humanity and look at ourselves, that we are humans at the end, at the beginning, at the core, we are humans. And humans, we're, for lack of a better term, we're sinners. And the meaning of sinning is that we're always doing something wrong. We always have to understand, where did it come from? So we usually, you and I, we always like to, audit ourselves and say, where is this coming from? Why did I react this way? We understand the fact that we're going to be angry. We're going to be jealous. Where is this feeling coming from? Is it my friend who caused it, Nangu? Is it me internally? So those are the things I think as Africans and African Americans, we need to have that conversation, because some of these, these things that we have, the squabbles we have, they're from from individuals internally. And then we want to portray them as in the whole. No, we have a lot of people who have very good relationships among, between the Africans and the African Americans.
That's true.
And so when you see stuff like this, you're like, huh? Where is this coming from? Yeah, it's the few that are uninformed. And as Africans as well, we, as much as we like to, put ourselves on a pedestal, we're also uninformed, and we have to agree that we're uninformed and go to the, African Americans, just like our counterparts, the Europeans, who are going to the African Americans to say, how can I understand you?
How can I help? Yeah, that's true. How can I be an ally, a friend?
Go and say, how can I understand you? Understanding one another is what will reduce this whole squabble, which it's very real, but kind of childish in my. I'm putting you on. I'm putting my words. And
I'm time out.
Time out.
But it's being informed, as you informed and exposure. And this happens even within our country borders, even within Zambia.
Yes, yes.
We will say, oh, if we're those people who come from this tribe or this province, if we take time and learn.
Another, yes.
I don't know if you'd remember her. I don't know if I should mention her name, but there's a friend I grew up with. She's from another tribe, and I would go at her place after we've had lunch, but that was their lunchtime, right? And when I go there, they'll say, oh, okay, welcome. They'll make me sit in another room and they eat their lunch. It wasn't really by themselves. And then when they're done, they'll give me something to eat. It wasn't the same thing they were eating, but it's something else. It really wasn't, it didn't choose to click because, okay, come from India. But then I started meeting other people from our tribe who are friends with people from her tribe. And then they'll say, they won't offer you food. And then we put a stereotype on them. And yet later on, I found out that in their culture, this is Mozambique, in their culture, if you come in when you're eating, same plate, then here comes, and you've all been eating together. Then they felt it was unclean and not good for the visitor to come and start eating. So they felt that they should finish their meal, allow them to finish eating. They'll prepare a fresh meal for you. Now, I don't know if it's taught, but it was something that they have been practicing for a while. They will give you food. It just may not be the same thing. But then people will say, and you stereotype them.
Stereotype them, yes. Because
right. And it's just exposure. Learn. One another. Why are these people like this? Within Africa, we look at West Africans and South Africans and East Africans, and we'll find a fault with them, and they will find a fault with us, and so on. And then we cross the waters to Africa Muno, and we're saying, have you understood the struggles?
The struggles, yes.
We are able to go to school here as and advance. We're able to go to work and have a right to speak. But they fought. They did that.
They made a way for us. Yes.
Yeah.
And what we don't understand is that you have to understand that those of us that come here, I was just telling my my aunt that just came, I said, you have to look at it this way. When we arrive, we have the lowest of jobs. So think of it, you're back in Zambia, right? And you're working as a maid or the gardener or the
driver.
I say, what kind of people are you going to meet at Intercity when you're working there, when you just arrived? And once you have advanced a few years down the road, and those kind of people. I said, when I worked at the hotel, when I went to lunch, if I sat with the housekeepers and all that, the conversations, this is just all African Americans. They were like, oh, girl, so how did you get here?
Did you swim on a boat?
I said, yes, I did. Oh, so do you live in trees? I said, yes, I live with trees. So, I go to school with, on an elephant, and the lion is my pet. And they're like, oh, Sipho, you're kidding. So one person was like, and I said, I guess a stupid answer for a stupid question. Hey, I said, yes, you answered. So, but when I was upstairs at the front desk, the guests and the manager, the managers, upper management, when they would come and say, oh, where are you from? I'm from Zambia. You would have the same Black Americans who are of a different educational level. Like, oh, hi, Kaunda, Kalushabwadia. And
right.
They would smile, They would have, or they would say, oh, which part is that in in South Africa, or where is it? Is it in Zimbabwe? Because everybody misses Zambia. They'll say
Zambia, they
South
know
Africa or
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. I'll be like, oh, that's right next to Zimbabwe. I'll explain. So you just see the different levels. Just put people where they are, and you will have a better understanding of who they are. So when you put it that, okay, turi ku Zambia kuno tefyo, elio nomba ndevo mba ni never made. So number, what kind of conversation are you going to have naba made? Nabe nebanganda. Just think of it that way. I will leave you with that. And then you will understand the African Americans.
Are you going to talk to the maid? Or when the maid is telling you on their way, and you're like, don't you just use greatest road? You know, you're not relating.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. I'm a conversation mwala kwate naba made naba boss yala pusana. You see, they walk about tenchi kuma conference simulela pama world problem.
Right. Different. I think we should just take time to educate. Yes, they are, and also have patience with them, and they too also have to learn to have patience because they
need to learn us as well.
Yes, I think they look for a brother-sister relationship. Here's my lost brother and sister, and they expect the kumbaya to happen, and it doesn't always happen. You know, and
and vice versa.
Each African country has a different experience with what they are told on how to treat Ababantu. I'll try to be quick. A refugee from a certain war-torn country, but brainwash to tell them do not be friends with a Black American. Yes. While in their country and they're preparing the Mukwisa Kuno.
Oh wow.
These people are not good. So here's a person who can barely speak English, has run away from war, and then Baba Vika in a neighborhood that has African Americans. And, and here's someone saying, oh my gosh, Mufumile Kunkondo, how can I help you? And they're like, get away from me.
So me that you people are bad.
Right, but also not to say that we have good friends with relationships with them. We have allies. We just have to know. So there were a few things I had wanted us to discuss, but I had wanted us to talk about how we are preparing for retirement while to the Kono. I don't know if we can squeeze that in. But Dr. Sipho, doctor in retirement studies. What are we doing to prepare? But now, are we saving? Are we ready? Are we ready to go home? Are we ready to retire here?
Ale, your question in every day or every lelo, but that hour. Naima, my bags are packed.
I'm leaving. I'm done with this place.
What
country?
So it's like there's always we're always at war with with ourselves we're so conflicted of I think let's not make it like, oh, once it feed it to our way that there are different circumstances for each person. And they want to be with their children. So to be pressured by friends and family to say,
go back to Zambia.
Go back to Zambia.
Go back to your country. Right. Your relatives are going.
Really, that doesn't really come from Americans, really. Other than the
it comes from ourselves.
Comes from within ourselves, yes.
I think too, especially when we first arrive here, and it doesn't matter how long you've been here, we have one leg in our home country, one leg here, and we don't Sometimes there are some who are very focused and they know their plan and they've got it. I'm just speaking in generalities. Sometimes we don't know where to focus. We're sending money home, we're helping our relatives. We may or may not have a project, Kunganda, but we're also here. We are working, we're paying bills, we have a home, we have all this, but actually decided. And then when we come to that age to say, where am I going?
Where am I going to go? Yes.
Did I complete my project? Are there people and relatives? Or am I staying here? And so on.
Yes, and with the political climate right now, Kuno, it's kind of like it puts that pressure back on. Even though home is here. Now with what's going on, we are in limbo. We don't know where everything is going. Now that thought is back up again, and it's making a lot of people very anxious. And some people don't have anything that's going on. They've put everything, Kuno. So, yeah, that is quite a conundrum.
This is a conversation that needs time.
That needs time. We need to.
Yes.
Actually, I think we should just have a day just for this particular topic where we've done, research and have some more doctors, real doctors.
Real doctors, not actually pela. So these conversations, these are the type of conversations I have with Sipho, especially when we are maybe we've lost motivation in whatever we're doing. We could have been working around the house or cleaning or doing some type of task. We will call each other, and this can go into 2 or 3 hours, 2 hours conversation, an hour. But by the time we're done, would have completed the task, would have felt motivated to live on, because sometimes life can be lifing and you just don't feel like doing anything. So I hope you guys have people and friends you can talk to. I hope we've helped you clean your house or drive to your destination. And there was a topic. We had wanted to talk about women's health.
Yes.
We're getting at that age where we're in denial.
In denial we want, but the body is like, hey.
The body is saying, shine. Yes. So I just want to remind you all that next week on the show, and I didn't even say our Pastor Nathan was not able to be the co-host today. He had a prior engagement, and that's why I'm sitting in for him. But next week he will be back on the show, and he will be talking to Bishop Bernard Mwaka, celebrating 4 years in ministry. So I hope you all come back and tune in. This is a big achievement. 40 years in ministry. That's big. So join us next week with our host Nathan Nkama. So on a conversation we'll have next time is perimenopause, menopause, post-menopause. What is going on, Vane? Thank you, Itiwe. Oh, that's your sister right there,
Yes.
Sipho. Yeah, Kitwe. It's Kitwe. I said, yeah.
Not Kitwe.
Kitiwe.
I'm talking a short and Kitty.
Yeah, so next time we will want to talk about what's going on, because ladies, men, you are looking at your friends, your sisters, your wives, your whoever, and female lady in their 40s and 50s, and all of a sudden something is just off. And sometimes you live with these people or you work with them. So we will have an in-depth conversation. Guys, don't forget to buy your tickets for the Oza Zambia Independence Celebration. You can buy your tickets on Zelle, 352-988-7049. Buy your tickets now, Vane. If you don't want to spend extra, Papa Events, write Zelle and we'll send you a ticket. We hope to see you in Atlanta. Basi Pomka Beko Airport. Tulefo ava ngoma you know.
Dr.
Bakadansa. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you've had a good listen in. And if you'd like to let us to hear more about this, let us know in the comment section. Have a great Saturday.
Hey Zambia, are you ready to kickstart your Saturdays with insightful conversations, unmissable guests, and all the trending topics you need to know? Then you have to tune into the ZBTR TV show. It's an electrifying show every single Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. From current affairs to lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between, we're your go-to source for vibrant discussions that matter to you. Mark your calendars. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. CST. Join the ZBTR TVS show live stream and be part of something amazing. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Most of our viewers are not subscribed, and we really want you to be part of our growing community. Also, give us a follow on our social media platforms to stay updated throughout the week.
Zambia Blog Talk Radio.